I talk with them specifically about some of the work that has been produced in the past by Edward Robson, who's here this evening with Jeremy Mason McGraw. And I shared with them some of their content, and they were frankly blown away. That's the best way to put it.
Hi, I'm Jeremy, and this is my friend Edward. Recently, we got the opportunity to produce a food and drink experience video for the city of Eureka Springs, Arkansas.
Creatively, I look at these guys like, okay, here's Ronnie Howard, and here is George Lucas.
I'd like to thank the Academy for making this possible.
The video would come to a close with a cameo of a regional food influencer posting a review of one of the culinary experiences in Eureka Springs.
The pitch was going pretty well, and then one of the board members said this.
Any ideas or thoughts on those venues that have live music that people come to listen to all the time? We're known for the music, so.
And he was right. We planned on using local music in the soundtrack of the video, but his words got us thinking, is that enough? The best moments in Eureka happen when the food and the drinks and the sights and the sounds and the culture all come together and mingle. That's the Eureka scene. So we got to work. First, we got our influencer on board.
Good afternoon.
Hi, this is Jeremy, and I'm here with Edward. How you doing?
Hello.
I'm doing well. How are you gentlemen doing?
Then we got the band.
Yeah, this definitely can't be on the behind the scenes.
Then we had to sell the CAPC on our bigger and better concept. They were not only on board, his first words were, we need to block off the street. Hashtag Eureka Scene was on the menu. This little part of our video will be a live music concert event happening out in the street, surrounded by the beauty that is Eureka Springs. In a way, we're trying to bring the community together, like a great meal. My co-producer Edward and I were out on the town today scouting locations and practicing some drone shots. And when I say drone, I'm not talking about a pre-built kit that you can get at Best Buy. I'm talking about a custom designed and hand-built mini FPV drone flown by a world-class FPV drone pilot. Mojo was kind enough to let us fly right through her record shop, and we didn't mess up any of the vinyl, but it was a lot of fun. Well, Edward practiced his drone shot. I acted as a model, and I gave it my best Magnum. And Eureka Jim was awesome enough to allow us to use his Jeep to test flying the drone in and out of a moving car. It's a tricky maneuver, as you can imagine, but Edward had an amazing knack for landing that thing directly on this little book. You can see it's coming in here and bam! Nailed it! Food and drink. That's the star of our latest Eureka Springs video project. And the great part about that is that I get to use my photography lighting invention, Hallumin, to illuminate that food and that drink. It's just one device that completes the look for you. And one of the amazing parts about the Eureka Springs food scene is that there are so many options in such a small town. To capture the shot, we used a Hallumin studio set powered by LEDs, and we placed it next to a vintage tabletop Pac-Man machine. That was our tabletop, even though there's a sign on the machine that says no food allowed. Don't tell anyone.
Good to go?
Yep.
good too. Are you gonna miss, like, which flavor am I gonna not like?
The Eureka Springs A Culinary Landscape video follows a central character who is a food influencer who travels around Eureka Springs exploring the different dining options available. Once we wrote the concept, we thought, why not cast a real food influencer to play themselves in the video? So we looked on Instagram at different cities that were within a day's drive of Eureka Springs, and we found what we were looking for in a little city called Little Rock. Chantel, as she is called in the real world, showed up and delivered. She gave a cozy performance, delivering lines that she had only just received minutes before she was supposed to say them on camera. Who was supposed to give her that script?
Thank you.
This town is a hugging town. That actually looked really good. Okay, this didn't look as awkward as I thought it might. Oh, there it is.
Just give it a shot, 'cause it could turn out right.
Okay, this was one of the big ones. This particular drone shot was not only very technically tricky, but it also had to happen in a very tight time frame. I'm actually blown away in retrospect that we got it at all. So we actually only had about 20 minutes notice to get the shot when the wind died down, and then suddenly the clouds parted and we had blue sky. It was not forecast to be like that, and we were not sure we'd be able to get this shot at all. Edward calls our Jeep, we call our talent, we put everything together, we call the Basin Park, and we're like, hey, we're gonna fly that drone through your restaurant. Are you guys cool with that? And say, I don't know, 10 to 15 minutes. And they were. It was unbelievable. We got the shot on the second take, and then the clouds moved back in and the wind picked up. It rained all day the following day, and the day after that it was windy right up until the time that the concert happened. So we literally only had a 30-minute window to make that shot happen for all of the 3 days that Chantel was in town, and somehow on the second take we nailed it. Well, I didn't nail it, but Edward nailed it. But also hats off to this guy, the one and only Eureka Jim, whose Jeep we used for this shot. He was so committed to this project that whenever I asked him to remove all of the ducks from his dashboard of his Jeep, I'm pretty sure that I saw his eyes well up a little bit. I think it might have been a little traumatic for him to do that, but when it came time and we called him with no notice to bring his Jeep, he showed up with a clear dashboard, and he was also willing to let somebody that he had never met before drive his prized Jeep through the downtown over and over again for that shot.
This is just a test run, so.
Oh, you're good. I'm just testing some settings.
This little corner of Eureka is going to light up tonight around 7:30 with color and music. And this is everything that you're going to need to know. Local band The Fossils of Ancient Robots will be playing here at Sweet Spring. Sweet Spring is located between Rogues Manor, B-Side Cafe, and Brews. The street is going to be closed between Pine and Howell. The event is called #EurekaScene, and it's part video production recording and part street party with live music.
Here's what it'll be like. Tell them to just say go. Go. Will the lights be on prior to that?
Just getting a video of the Jeeps.
Are you?
Some behind the scenes.
Go ahead. I'm gonna line them up all in a row.
All right.
More space away from the curb. Yeah, no problem. Sorry.
So many ducks.
Good.
Hi everybody, how you doing tonight? The Fossils are going to be playing like the same 30 seconds of the same song like over and over again. And your job as an audience member is to act like it's the first time that you've heard it and you're really into it. So, you know, like it's easy to do that like the first time, the second time, but like 6 times in you're like, okay.
Okay, so